Guys, me Aaron here. I'm here to talk to y'all about something crazy. Something crazy somebody told me today while we were sitting around at lunch at school. This is probably the craziest thing you're ever gonna hear. And what I'm about to tell you, there is still a bunch of y'all in the world that think this. Okay, so what I heard was somebody said that we came from dinosaurs. Is that not the craziest thing you have heard? We did that. So I said, okay, so if we didn't come from Jesus, how did we come from a dinosaur? And this is what they said. They said, we, first the dinosaurs came, and then slowly we evolved, and then we evolved, and then we evolved into humans. Oh my goodness, come on, people. I will sit here all day and argue with you that we did not come from dinosaurs because we didn't. We couldn't have. And so the reason that the thing that just shocks me is are you for real? Like, are you serious? Like, you're joking. Like, come on now. But dinosaurs, come on. And those are the type of people that need to know about Jesus, because I just have a feeling on my heart that Jesus will be coming soon. It's showing all the, if you read in Revelations, it's showing all the signs today and this year that he's coming back. I'll give y'all one example. So y'all, I don't know if y'all have heard about the chips, the microchip things that they're sticking in you, and the government's making you do it. Well, after the rapture happens, what happens is, that Satan, known as the beast, but Satan will, if you don't accept this chip, you can't buy groceries or eat or do anything like that unless you have the chip. And if you take that chip after Jesus comes, he's basically giving you a second chance. If you take the chip, you won't go to heaven. You'll just go to hell because Satan's giving you the chip. And I don't mean like a potato chip like Ruffles. I mean like a chip, like a little metal card like in your computer, but not a hard drive. But anyway, if you accept it, then you go to hell. If you don't, you go to heaven. It's basically if you haven't accepted Jesus into you. And I'm not saying don't accept Jesus in your heart because you're gonna get a second chance. Yes, you will get a second chance. But please, I freaking beg of you, accept Jesus as your heart because the King is coming soon. And the people that think we came from, reptiles or dinosaurs or, like bugs, insects, the people like that think that, those are the people that need to know about Jesus. And they need to be turned around, you know what I'm saying? And really, those are the people. And this guy at my school, he really believed we came from dinosaurs. But, like, come on now. I was just like, I was talking to my other friend, Artie. Come on, like, man, we really need to share with him because he's coming. Jesus is coming back soon. And I hope every single one of your heart is open and accepting and let him in. If you hadn't, just please take this moment right here. Just like, Jesus, I know I'm a sinner. Will you please forgive me? I believe you died on the cross. Forgive me of my sins. And just say amen. And when you get saved, people need to see the change in your life. Because if they don't see the change in your life, then really you haven't been changed and you haven't been saved. Because, example, if you used to, before you got saved, if you used to go out and party and drink and smoke and stuff like that, then you haven't really been saved. I mean, if you used to party like that and then you get baptized and then you still party like that and people don't see any change or any fruit in your life, have you really changed? No, you haven't. You're still exactly the same from where we started in Jesus, and nothing has happened. People have to see change in your life. You don't need to act the old same way you used to. And I know I say this a lot, but you really don't, because please, guys, I'm begging you. If there's no change in your life, then you really haven't done anything. That feeling we'll get in our heart when we accept Jesus into our life, that feeling needs to stay. And there's this feeling that when we accept Him, we want to, do everything for Him, stay right, don't cuss, don't drink, don't smoke, don't party, all that stuff. Well, that feeling and that mindset right there needs to stay that way. You do not need to go back to your old ways, or else you haven't been changed. That's just how it is. I mean, and there's a lot of people that think if you do so many good works, it'll work you into heaven, but it doesn't work like that. It'll work you into hell. I'm not saying don't do good works, but I'm saying good works will not make you into heaven. You have to accept Jesus into your heart, believe that He's Lord of your life, and then you have to live for Him. You have to seek out your purpose, because we all have a purpose. There's not one person on this earth that does not have a purpose that wasn't meant to do one thing. If you're meant to go into the United States Army, go into the United States Army. Is that what Jesus wants for you? Do that. If Jesus wants you to be a preacher and you in the army, you need to do what Jesus calls you to do. Because trust me, Jesus has not left anybody out. Everybody has a call. Everybody has a thing they have to do. There's not one person that doesn't. So what I'm saying is you need to live out the purpose for Him. Share His name. Share Him with other people. Share Him with those people that think we came from dinosaurs. I know y'all think that's funny, but it's really not funny. It's kind of sad, because those are the type of people that are going to be left behind, because they don't believe we came from Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. And if we don't, half the world is going to hell. Did y'all know that? Yeah, half the world is going to hell. Because it says in the Bible, those who call themselves Christians aren't true Christians, aren't true believers. And even in my life, I'll be honest, I've called myself a believer when I know I really wasn't. And when I was at my lowest, Jesus met me. And I have been at my lowest where I would call myself a believer, but then you would go out and act the old same way, and then you're not a believer, and that's what's going to happen. But we can stop that from happening. Me and each one of you right there in that screen right there. Y'all can stop that from happening, and it just takes one step. I mean, it doesn't even have to be like giving somebody a Bible. It could be as simple as smiling and making somebody's day could change their life. Even in the smallest things, Jesus can use. It's a big thing to Jesus. Even if you just shake somebody's hand, give them a hug, ask them how they're doing. Even the small things can change somebody's life. I'm not saying you have to go out and stand on a pulpit in front of 12,000 billion people. No. If that's what you feel like Jesus is calling you to do that. But what I'm saying is even the small things that we forget about, that those small things that can make a big difference too. It doesn't have to be one huge, ginormous thing that we all think we have to, because we see somebody else doing it, so we're like, oh, that's what we have to do. And we forget about all these small things, But, small things go a big way. Just like, let's say dynamite comes in small packages. You can share the love of Jesus in a small package, and it's big. What happens if you just even smile at someone comes in a small package, but on the other side, that person, it does a big impact to them. That's why it's like dynamite comes in small packages. Like, you can change somebody's life. You might not. You might only be 5 years old, or 13 years old, or 11 years old watching this video. You might even be 99 years old. But it doesn't matter. Age does not matter when it comes to telling people about Jesus Christ. What matters is giving God the glory. It's not about us. Nothing is about us. It's about Jesus sharing Christ with other people. That's what it's about. And some people, they think they don't need God. They think they can live happily ever after. And those people are the types of people we need to share Jesus with. Even other believers we need to share Jesus with. Because A lot of times, those people that call themselves Christians and believers, they're really not believers. And sometimes even the other Christian, we need to share Jesus with each other. But yeah. So guys, please accept Jesus into y'all's hearts. And because being on this earth, it's not about us. Never was about us. Never will be about us. The only thing it will be about is Jesus, our Lord and Savior. That's it. All the glory and praise to Him. And if you glorify Jesus and you don't make things all about yourself, like if you win a football game, you don't need to give all the glory to you. You need to give all the glory to Jesus Christ and praise Him, because without Jesus, you can't do anything. That's why it says you can do all things through Jesus Christ who gives you strength. So if you won that football game, it wasn't because of you. It wasn't because of your players. It wasn't because you worked out every day. It wasn't because you were in shape. It wasn't because of your other players. Yeah, that all runs together. But the only reason that runs together and works is because Jesus Christ. And if you don't have Jesus, just know you need Him, because you can't do anything without Him. And even in those times where you think you don't have Him, you have Him, because you can't do anything without Him. So yeah, thank you guys. Leave in the comments you have any of them. It doesn't matter what they are. Just make sure they're positive. Share this video, and see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.